Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories for the week of September 24th, 2024 here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yes, that's right. We're back once again here as we're talking things through with the News AF team. First, pickleball's top influencer, America's Dad, Tyson Apostol. Tyson, how are you?
I'm great.
Do you have a
Sleep.
lion shirt on today?
I do.
Reminiscent of the famous painting that used to be behind you for many years.
Yes. This is actually very, very old. I found these animal print shirts on Amazon from Billabong. This is a 20-year-old shirt at least.
Wow.
And I have a shark one, and I have an eagle one.
How many 20-year-old shirts do you have?
I have just those two, and then I have a 40-year-old shirt. I have a shirt older than me. I have one of my dad's football team shirts from when he was in college. I have.
Is it a jersey or a shirt?
It's a shirt.
Okay.
It says BYU football on it, and it's a Ringer sleeve shirt. But that's
and
the
you
oldest shirt I
podcast
have.
for the Ringer.
I do podcast for the Ringer too. Yeah.
Full circle.
Dude, can you believe that? That was in my patriarchal blessing, which is something we get at in Mormon.
It's like,
life.
hold on to the shirt and rub it for luck every third lunar eclipse.
Yeah. No, it was like the Ringer shirt that you got from your father will hold great significance for you later in life as long as you're righteous, which
False. You're not righteous, dude. You still managed to squeeze some success from it. Imagine how successful you'd be if you'd kept the shirt.
Oh my
and
goodness.
just been a saint.
Yes, that's true.
Oh.
So yeah, so I have this 44-year-old. It's older than me. So I'm 45. It's got to be closer to 50 years old.
Wow.
Put it in a museum.
Yeah, that's
Belongs in a museum.
That's when you know there's a problem. When these shirts are lasting 50 years. And if I hadn't kept it, it would just be sitting in a dump somewhere.
Yeah, but the shirts they make now wouldn't last 50 years.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the seams wouldn't last 50 years, but the fabric it probably has a half-life of 80 trillion years.
Yeah, but the shirts back then felt like potato sacks. Now I'm wearing like the finest silk like shirt ever.
Poly cotton. No, mine is a blend. This BYU football shirt is
cutting edge tech at the time.
Yes, athletic.
That's
the finest athletic garment of the time.
All right. And here with us, of course, the host of Mediocre Amateur. Would you call yourself a host?
Not a very good host, but yes, host.
Danny Bryson.
I thought you were a great host.
Yeah, it's very stressful to be a host. Some people do it professionally, and it would just that's not something I could do. You go out with Tyson. Tyson's self-sufficient. Adults tend to be that way, but people are always asking me, why don't you take out people, on your adventures and have them pay? And then the thought of that is just horrifying. First of all,
yeah, but then you could do the tipping ceremony at the end.
The tipping ceremony for me, do that. Finally,
liability.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so afraid of people dying on my watch. It's easier to watch a friend die than a stranger, they say. So,
yeah. Okay, so let me bring something up here. And this got flagged in our Facebook group. Tyson, did you see this? Somebody, Noah Collin, posted, was Danny being a little shady on Mediocre Amateur?
Yeah. How so?
Okay. Because he posted the video, which I haven't watched yet. I have to check it out.
Oh, you posted the Norway video?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one.
So, Danny posted the description of the video, and said basically the tough part of isn't just the hassle of getting there; it's picking what to do when you arrive.
Oh, I know. Comedy's thinking
there's tons of options. Danny wrote: hiking, climbing, kayaking, river rafting, trail running, via ferratas, and glacier walks. But then Noah highlights this next sentence.
I know exactly.
I had Tyson with me, so that narrowed my options.
Okay. All right. I wrote that out 2 or 3 different
hold on.
ways.
He goes on, Tyson.
Okay, let's hear.
We decided to begin our Norwegian adventure with a walk on one of Jostedalbreen's most scenic glaciers.
Yeah.
Tyson had never explored a glacier on foot, and I could tell by his subdued demeanor that he had some reservations.
Okay, that's accurate. The other thing is, if you're trying to think, and when you're writing a description, like, how do I introduce this person? All right. The first version, very insulting to Tyson, not necessarily true, but is funny, right? So then
it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
but the only thing that's insulting is that Danny suggests that he'd be more suited for river rafting than I would. That's the only
true.
That's the only thing that's insulting there, is that Danny insinuates that he would be, and kayaking. Fuck, he's got 2 water sports things there that he's insinuating I would be more afraid of than him.
Okay, maybe a little bit, but obviously I have mentioned many times my fear of water. So Tyson and I are polar opposites when it comes to where we feel comfortable. Almost. Tyson probably feels more comfortable in my zone than I would in his.
Yeah.
No. Well,
if you were like, "Hey, Danny, swim out to that buoy way out there," I'd be like, "Nope, not
actually,
possible."
Actually, probably true, because I also would body surf bigger waves that you.
No way. I'd look behind me. And
but what's the domain that is Danny's domain? What, the ice?
No,
exposure.
Hiking is totally fine. Everything's fine except for the exposure, where I feel like I could, one slip of the foot or chop of the line could end me. That's the things that bother me. Everything else is fine. Steepness.
It's so funny he brought that up, because I was, as I was writing that frantically, by the way, before I posted.
Yeah,
it's the last thing I do.
Yeah,
it's like I got to introduce Tyson somehow.
So you were going for a hook. Okay, you're a storyteller.
Yeah. And
it worked.
It did.
We're talking about it.
We're
talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made the news, front page here.
Now for our next adventure, we'll go swimming, and then I think it'll all be even, because you will see me with life jackets, arm floaties. Dry suit.
I did. We might have the audience here can help us. I actually did Google for our next adventure the longest current poled snorkel that you can do in the world, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I want like a snorkel trip where we go by foot, the distance, get in the water, let the current push us around and through and down and over and whatever as we float and swim for miles and miles and miles, and then get out of the water at the end of it all and run back. So there's something like that somewhere. And when I find it, we'll do it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into, we got a lot of stuff to cover here today. And now we are closing in, only about like 5 weeks to go until Halloween. I have resisted putting up the Halloween decorations still. I have kept fighting the good fight here, but still we're closing in.
Yeah. I went to Spirit Halloween store yesterday. We got the girls their costumes.
Yes.
And I love these places. So here's the cool little dad trick you can do. You walk in, you pretend like you're kind of rushing, and you step on the triggers of all the scary, jumpy things that come out as your kids trail behind you. So they're rushing behind you thinking they need to keep up for some reason. And you step, unbeknownst to them, on the little trigger pads of the scary mechanics. And they... oh my gosh, I got them so good. Like every corner we turned, I'd step on another and they'd be like, oh my gosh. And Marla was done. She was not having any of it.
Yeah. Okay. So, they were upset. They weren't amused.
Bergen was amused, but also kind of like on edge. And Marlo hates that. She likes being in the Halloween store, but she does not like jump scares at all. She doesn't like me trying on scary masks. She doesn't like me doing any of that. So I do all of it.
So what costume did you pick out, Tyson?
The girls, what
costume did you pick out?
I didn't.
Oh, I thought you would buy one in front of your kids and be like, this is mine.
And have it be horrifying.
And then have them have nothing.
Yes, that's what I should have done. Yeah, no, I didn't. Rachel was like, should we not dress up this year? Because we've always gone as a family theme.
Right.
So, anyways, back to what you were saying, Rob. Halloween.
Most popular.
Halloween is coming up, yeah. And so the costumes of the year are starting to be reported. And so Ray Gun is up there.
Yeah, good guess.
Yes, people are being the Ray Gun for Halloween.
Yeah.
Which is that's a good one because my wife will start to by September 1st, she's like, hey, what are we going to be for Halloween this year? And then it's like, I don't want to face paint.
Yep.
I don't want to wear a wig. Okay. If you can sort of get it, like, I don't want anything that's going to be messy, that I'm going to be like having to like a big obstacle that I have to carry around. But this ray gun, I think this is very doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very doable.
It's a green and yellow tracksuit, right?
Yeah. Mostly green with yellow highlight tracksuit. And
can't beat the price. Also, $19.49 for the ray gun costume on Amazon.
So good. So good. Oh, I can see the other ones. There's Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Oh, I should know based on the Spirit Halloween store.
Yeah, what did you see when you went to the store?
There was a whole Beetlejuice display, which seems kind of forced upon us. That
all of a sudden, it was too soon.
It was too soon. Yeah, like not everybody's even seen the movie yet. Maybe they will by Halloween, but I think still
they dropped Beetlejuice too early. You think?
I think they dropped the Beetlejuice
too late.
They dropped Beetlejuice movie too late. They should have. It should have been 2 months ago.
Oh, you think do summer Beetlejuice?
Yeah,
I think so too. I think that maybe a month ago would have been better. They didn't consult us, but a month ago would have been better.
Yeah,
you don't want to have Beetlejuice during spooky season?
No, it can run, but then everyone's got it in their mind.
Yeah, it can run, but then you can't be a Halloween. It can run, but it should have ran a month ago to build hype enough to have people be like, we should be Beetlejuice this year. It's almost too late now. People have made up their minds, and Raygun nailed it. She knew exactly what she was doing. She got it perfect.
Do you think Raygun was in it for the Halloween costume the whole time?
I wonder, it would be interesting to ask her how soon after her performance she realized she would be a Halloween costume. Maybe never, but maybe like almost instantly she's like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm it.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Australia probably celebrates Halloween because, we're Americanizing the world. But let me guess some other ones. So I saw that. There's still a lot of Bluey stuff, but that's probably not on that list there. And then there's the classics. Like there was a lot of like Jason Voorhees. Yeah,
those are on the list.
Halloween's. Okay, so things that are trendy. I don't know that I saw anything really trendy other than full Beetlejuice display. Let me think.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet. I saw a skibbity toilet.
Oh, that's a costume. They have skibbity
toilet. That
is
a good one.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Inflatable skibbity toilet costume. Yeah.
My little nephew was asking me about skibbity toilet. I was like, you are way too young. How do you know about skibbity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine are also out there.
Yeah, I didn't see them at the store, but they were probably there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But one of the other trendy Halloween costumes, and I don't really know who put this together, but the Hawk-Tuah costume for him and her is available over at Spirit Halloween. Yeah. So
I just saw the Hawk-Tuah t-shirt. That's what it is. It says Hawk-Tuah on the t-shirt, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if who Hawk-Tuah's lawyers are, but it seems like that they maybe because her copyright is Hawk H-O-C-K Tuah. Spirit Halloween has a line of costumes that they are promoting as some sort of like mechanic that is Hawk-Tuah. HAWK Tuah Express Lubrication Experts. And you can go this Halloween as like a mechanic at the Hawk-Tuah
Yes.
car facility. Yeah.
What? That's stupid. Also weird is this Squishmallow
for $49.99. They have his and hers.
They had a T-shirt that just said Hawk Tua super big on it too.
Lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
At least the girls has like the cowboy hat.
I guess.
At Hawk Tua.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
Yeah. You see she has a podcast too?
Yeah.
Talk Tua.
She's on Jake Paul's podcast, podcast network or something.
I think she was on Bill Maher too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are others on here.
You a Bill Maher fan?
I just saw it in the news. Squishmallow. What is Squishmallow? Does anybody know what Squishmallow is?
Oh, yes. Squishmallows
what is
are
Squishmallow?
Squishmallows are those big, fluffy animal toys that are super duper soft. My kids have a bunch of them.
Okay.
They come in all different sizes. They have little teeny ones, but they are like the squishiest, softest, stuffy toys that money can buy right now.
Here's a confusing one. Another one is Fortnite, but Fortnite has so much in it.
Yeah.
That's a really stupid
Everything's
one.
already in Fortnite.
Yeah. That's like basically saying every
Hawk
costume.
Tua. Yeah, Hawk Tua is in Fortnite.
I don't know Hawk Tua is in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What about Ray Gun?
Ray Gun might be.
They're quick
Yeah.
when they put up something popular.
But let me just also tell our listeners, after you get done listening to Talk Tua, make sure you subscribe to News AF. And you can go right to newsaf.news to do so.
Yes.
Got all the links there to subscribe.
That's right.
But only after you get done listening to Talk Tua.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
You have to listen to Talk Tua first.
Mm-hmm. Well, that I don't want to throw off anybody's listening habits.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago about that there was an issue with a person who was trying to they named their baby Daenerys or was it Khaleesi?
Khaleesi, I think.
Khaleesi was the baby's name. They had a problem at the British passport office, and so once again, that same British passport office has an issue with a child who has the middle name Skywalker, and they won't approve the passport because until Disney gives permission.
Imagine if your name was Danny Disney Bryson. Like, could never get a passport ever. Probably couldn't get a driver's license.
Well, what if you were like, that's a
At least not in the
family
UK.
name? We're related to Disney's.
Oh, what a nightmare. That'd be the worst. You're not even part of the rich Disney branch. You're like in the poor Disney branch, and you're like, this name is a curse.
Yeah.
Everyone asks me for money. I can't get a passport, driver's license. I'm trapped.
Okay, so this baby was named on May 4th, Star Wars Day, 2017. But the wild thing is, the issue here is that the middle name is Skywalker. This baby's first name, or this child's first name,
Gerald.
is Loki.
Oh,
The kid's name is Loki Skywalker.
Yeah. So how do we know that it's not Loki that's the problem?
They said Skywalker is the problem.
They're like, which of all of these branches will attack with lawsuits first? And I think Skywalker is the first lawsuit, right?
I mean, you're
Get that
asking
clear-
for it from Disney with Loki
You get
Skywalker.
that cleared up,
Guys.
and then you're like, Loki George, and they're like, sorry, you denied. And that time you have to find Loki.
I can close my eyes. Actually, I don't even have to close my eyes. I can imagine exactly what the parents look like without without closing my eyes. And
You can see them on the teacups.
I can see them writing on the teacups
Teacups.
with their.
That's
They
where I
both
see
have
them.
oversized Disney costume and extra flair, trading their pins to the employees, thinking they found a loophole because they upgrade their pins from employee to employee, figuring out the fast pass system the best, and rushing so hard that they're not even enjoying it, but they're constantly
Socks and
orgasming
sandals
nonstop. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna stop there and say at least they found something that makes them happy in this life. Okay.
Yeah. We've gone over the 3 Disney persons, and these guys definitely fit in one of those realms.
This is hardcore.
Yeah. They didn't even change Anakin Skywalker's name or Luke Skywalker's name when they were trying to hide him from Darth Vader.
Yeah.
They let Luke Skywalker keep his name.
He went to the
They did change Leia's name.
Darth
smart.
Vader went to the apartment complex and just looked on the directory at the front door. And
No,
it said
he should have.
Skywalker.
He didn't do that. He didn't go to like Tatooine, Danny, and look at like, hey, where are the
Yellow
Skywalkers
pages.
living?
Can I get the yellow pages?
But look at what almost happened when they changed Leia's name. It almost led to incest. Got real close.
That's true.
That was kind of, that would have been bad.
Well, they worked it out. They're not going to have to change the names. But this British Patent Office is like, what problem are they going to have next?
Gosh, it's their DMV.
There's such sticklers there with all the copyrighted names.
I could probably have a problem then too. Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson chicken.
Maybe. Don't get a British passport.
Oh, I have no plans to.
Tyson
Yeah.
chicken.
Okay. This was an interesting study that came out this past week. So at the University of California, Santa Barbara, they found that men's brains shrink every night or at nighttime, only to reset in the morning.
And then they expand again?
Then yes.
Oh,
Due to dehydration?
They say it's just that your body makes these chemicals in the morning and then you're out of them by nighttime.
Wow.
Chemicals. Why is my brain making these chemicals?
Yeah. We've always been taught chemicals are bad, and all of a sudden we find out they're delicious.
My brain's been making them
nonstop. So women's brains don't do this?
Now, hold on. Let me see if I can get the...
it says here, women's hormones also fluctuate daily, but it's not as pronounced because of the menstrual cycle simultaneously drives longer term shifts. So maybe this is like men are just hormonally, they're more on a constant clock. I don't know. 8 p.m. being brain shrink hour.
It seems like that the men are more on the 24-hour cycle.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'd say right around 8 or 9, I get really upset at everything, everyone.
As you
That's pretty
can't
normal.
comprehend anything because your brain's too
What's
small.
happening? Why are you talking to me?
You're just like...
I go blind in one eye and like can't raise my arms above my shoulders.
Yeah, I can see this. Shut it down at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
I really can. Something happens to me at 9. It's better now, but around 9, it's like I'm a monster.
And are you drinking enough Mountain Dew?
You're right. You're right. Maybe I should hold off on my Mountain Dew push until 5 p.m. and then just like slam, slam, slam. And then 8 p.m. Here's the thing. Yeah, sure.
Is that what that song was about? Let the boys be boys?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then at 8 a.m., now that's where the payoff is. Because now I'm upset because I was awake so late.
Yeah.
So you decide where you want me to be angry.
Okay.
Well, angry and small brain seems like, double whammy.
I think they go hand in hand. I bet once your brain shrinks, you're more frustrated because you don't have the mental capacity to figure out small problems.
But honestly, like it's the surface area of the brain. The surface area of the brain might not shrink. Your brain just might get wrinklier, which is actually a good thing. So
shorter distance between those synapses or whatever.
Exactly. So maybe it's actually good for us. I don't know.
Yeah. Are you considering getting a brain Botox?
To plump my brain up?
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, right
smooth it out.
Maybe.
Smooth it all the way out. I think if you have if someone calls you a smooth brain, that's
bad.
An insult. That's a big insult.
Luckily, as a smooth-brained individual,
you don't understand.
Right over your head.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, it is.
It's the testosterone, cortisol, and estradiol are the things.
Estradiol is probably the secret ingredient.
That's the secret. I never even heard of that one.
Dude, I pound estradiol with my creatine. It's usually a pretty strong mix I make in the morning, but I realize now that I should be making it at night.
It gives you headaches.
Top it off at nighttime.
Your head almost implodes on itself from the brain, sucking itself in so fast.
Yeah.
It's like jumping in cold water. Yeah.
Okay. So, and this was in a 26-year-old man.
He's young. Do this in a 45-year-old and you'll see some real shrinkage.
Yeah.
And it's like all asymmetrical. So like your left lobe pulls in deep and your right one's like swelling.
It seems like that they had one guy and they scanned him 40 times over 30 days.
Oh, one guy is not representative. That's not representative of humankind, mankind, womankind. Like, and then they just assume
that's
that
crazy.
Well, this was a lot of testing. They couldn't get a lot of people to do it.
Also, you know what? He can't participate in any future studies about cancer because for sure he has it now.
You think so?
All those scans? How can you get scanned by that much scanning machines?
They paid him $200 a week. They had to remove parts of his skull weekly to look at his brain visually, and now his whole skull is just like a
mush
quilt of slices.
They probably paid this guy in Monster Energy drinks.
Yeah,
like who volunteers for this? We'll scan you and take your estradiol readings every 12 hours.
For science.
How do you get an estradiol reading? Where do you draw that from?
Got a drill.
They
Right
did
to the
saliva
head.
test, they said.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, they said, hey, can you hock Tua into this Petri dish?
He's like, right after I drink my estradiol supplement drink. Thank you.
Mix it with a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
This
is not a study.
No.
This is one that would drive me crazy. A California man was trying to figure out maybe why am I using so much energy, trying to work on his energy bill.
I thought you meant just like his personal energy. And
no,
I was like, I could teach that, where it's like, we are a low energy. I am very efficient here. Okay.
No. So his name is Ken Wilson. He was trying to figure out, why did the bill get so high? And in trying to do some research, he found out that he had been paying a different energy bill for quite some time.
Paying it forward.
Since 2006, I believe.
And
he thinks he might have been for 18 years paying
the Tesla factory.
The
Gigafactory. Who's been paying his bills?
I don't know if he's paying for two or if he is paying somebody else's.
You know what? Let's get to the bottom of this. I need to know.
Okay. That he's been paying the wrong meter number. And so he felt powerless. He could not control his own meter.
Wow.
Dude, while he was trying to rein in his energy, his neighbor who's like, I haven't paid a bill in 2 years.
Yeah,
he's like
I'm
cranking it up.
Leaving the window open to get that cool air.
He's got extension cords leading
Right.
everywhere to every device.
Yes. It seems like that he was paying for somebody else's, but the person he was paying for, it seems like they were using more electricity than him, because he was really going to great lengths to figure out why the meter was so expensive.
They can't change it until the next billing cycle.
Yeah, and that's the really frustrating thing. They've discovered the error, but they can't change it until the next billing cycle. Now,
I bet
unlike
if he owed
men,
them money,
the power company does not run on a 24-hour cycle.
Yeah.
So
they have a monthly cycle too.
Yeah, they do have a monthly cycle. How much was he paying? Does it say?
It doesn't say how much he was paying, but they do think that he was doing this for 18 years. He was paying the wrong bill.
So how is this going to be remedied?
Probably they're just going to change it. I don't know.
They're not.
He needs to be refunded.
He needs some damages.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to get Hint of Lime guy on his, on his side. Bring this to court.
Yeah.
Imagine if the guy across this. I just want to know what he's paying. Like Tyson, this article would have 10 times more power to it.
Yeah,
I can see dollar figures.
He was like, he's paying $14,000 a month in energy. He's estimating he's only using $200 a month. What is wrong? That's when it's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, everybody check it. If your electric bill is too high, maybe that's what's happening to me. Maybe I'm paying somebody else's electric bill.
You'd like to think so.
You are. You're paying your kids and your wife.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Now, Tyson, before you went on the trip with Danny,
yes.
At any point, were you paralyzed with fear?
No. Just apprehension about what Danny was going to make me do and what I was going to feel pressured into doing. And then, but also like I'm 45, I've lived a good life. So part of me was like, if I die, as long as it's quick and painless, that's fine.
And so I only picked activities that would kill him quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, a lot of folks are finding that before a vacation, they are paralyzed with fear.
I get that. Meaning, like, I don't get paralyzed, but I understand where that feeling comes from.
Yeah, I know where the feeling comes from. It's like, is the flight going to be on time? If the flight is not on time, can I get in touch with all the other reservations? It creates a whole chain reaction of events of just a major clusterfuck that just like will not end until you have remedied it over your first day of vacation, essentially.
I mean, there's nothing you do in life that I can think of that has more unknowns. You really have, especially old school vacations before the internet. Like Tyson and I we went to Croatia. We didn't even know where we were going to stay. We just drove around until a lady chased us down on a moped, and we thought she was going to attack us. Yes. And then she invited us to stay at her house. And then we're like, well, now we're going to get murdered, because she took us up into the hills above Dubrovnik, into her house, where we stayed with her family. And it's just like,
well, separate. There were separate buildings.
Connected by a small like outdoor hallway, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
But it was like, those are the type of unknowns, especially before the internet, which if you really thought about could drive you crazy and probably paralyze you.
Yeah. Well, Danny, the types of things that people are paralyzed with fear about now when they're on vacation, number one is 33% say the state of things back at home. Not even what's on the vacation.
I think that's 30%. A lot of moms.
30% say missing their pet.
Okay.
What?
What? Yeah.
What?
And 19% of the packages being stolen.
Oh my gosh. None of those concerns are even on my list.
No, my concerns are, is the flight going to be delayed? That's number one every time. Well, actually, before I go, it's like, will we get through the airport on time? That's one. Number two, is the airplane going to be delayed? Number three,
where will I spend the night?
Yeah, that these people aren't even talking about the actual trip. All their concerns are about what's their house while they're gone.
This is insane. That's the reason I'm going on a trip.
Get away from the house.
Get away from all the packages.
Yeah.
I am very different, I just learned, than 2,000 Americans.
You're very different. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also those don't really concern me. I am, if I go for a long time, like over a week, I'm happy to get back to make sure everything is in order, but it's not like, it's never like a concern.
Here's my theory. 2,000 survey people, right? Probably these are
never left their basements.
Cruise ship people, I'm going to guess.
Wow. Right? Shots fired.
Well, the cruise ship, there's very little to think or plan about, right? Just get to the ship and then that's it, right? So if you're going on a cruise, your concerns are much smaller for the trip. Okay. Now you can focus on all the things at home because you're not focusing on getting through the next day.
Okay.
That's my theory. Because otherwise this doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, I think that cruise ships, there's a lot of stuff. Like cruise ship, you have to decide, are you going to have the shrimp cocktail? Should you? Should you not? Like, how dangerous is that? Then you got to figure out, like, should I stay on the boat and gamble?
Should you be more paralyzed with fear about that?
Yes, dude, that you definitely should. That should be the major issue if you're a cruise person, is like, what can I eat that will not give me diarrhea day one?
That's a high stress situation.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So, I get the concerns and the stress, but these are stresses once they're on vacation. It sounds like they're like, wait until you're on vacation and like 6 days in, and then take this survey.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of cruise people, okay, maybe when you get done with the cruise, maybe you enjoy your time on the water so much that maybe you might consider an underwater cemetery for your final resting place.
I'm in.
Yeah. Tyson. Okay. I know Danny doesn't want to be under the water, but maybe you might consider a final resting place at Neptune Memorial Reef in Florida.
So it looks like they're placed in little I don't know. What is that? Like a coral container?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I like that. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
Danny can finally face his fears after death.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. There's some kind of like a final resting place.
But is your body jammed in one of those pipes, or what? How does that work?
They just have a big hydraulic press that pushes you.
Yeah.
Like the ones on TikTok where they squish all the Skittles and they except for there's no holes for your body to escape from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a man-made reef. And so there's some conservation efforts going on here.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't think that they put you in there whole.
Oh.
Ashes? Or
they
chop
cremated remains here.
Yeah.
Cremated
with
remains.
Cement. They mix your cremated remains.
Mix your cremation with cement. I don't need that. Just give me a statue of myself 15 feet tall.
Oh.
And then scatter my
All right,
ashes.
here's the features they offer. Okay. Okay. This is the cheapest, Tyson. Scatter at sea. So they just go to the reef and they just put your
wife just do that.
Yeah, I guess so, but maybe not at the actual reef. Then there's standard. That's the cremated remains are mixed with cement. So that's the mix. Then there's premium, where placements are in the shape of marine life, such as a seashell. So look at this. This is actually very nice. So they'll take your remains and then they will shape them into the shape of like a beloved feature, like a clamshell.
Sure.
This gives me an idea. I'm going to be turned into a driveway.
A driveway.
Makes my ashes. Yeah.
Listen,
put me in the driveway.
Listen to this though, Danny.
Okay, I'm listening.
Is there a more premium package than that?
Yes, there's more too. There's the exclusive package, which then takes your remains and then they shape them into one of these columns.
I like the columns.
Yes, the large capital top. It's a little phallic, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That goes upon the road phallic. Unit structure, and then there is.
I saw a lion.
Sorry, that I went too far. Or not far enough. And then there's the limited marine placement.
Okay.
This is jumping all over the place because all the ads that are loading. So I'll just tell you about the limited marine placement. I think they shape it as like an octopus.
Yeah, that looked cool too.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is what I want this, and this is why. So that when humankind gets destroyed and then an octopus eats a little nibble of my DNA out of the cement somehow, and then another humanity
octopus breeds with that one.
Yeah. And then
I'm sure this is how genetics work.
I'm certain of it too. I'm so certain, in fact, that I have to have this done to myself so that humankind, once destroyed, may come to pass again.
Rise from the ashes in the form of a Tyson.
In the form of Tysons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, check out this one more that I believe just for a cool 9 million. Okay.
9 million?
Yeah.
What?
This is what you could do.
This the Neptune
you get your
thing I saw?
private family grouping and estates.
Gosh.
Okay.
So you could get like your whole family on Neptune with the dolphins. But if your whole family is there, who's this for?
Yeah. And the other thing too is it's like, do these guys even have clearance to do this, or are they just like some ragtag group where they're just like, just toss it in the ocean? Right. We just made 9 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know how you get down there. Like, then you have to scuba into this place.
Yeah.
Danny?
Deceased relatives?
Yes.
No, thank you.
I would do that.
Yeah.
At least the water's warm. Go put it off the coast of Alaska and then really test the love of your descendants.
So you're saying make your memorial somewhere impossible to reach or visit. Is that why you do all these adventures, Danny? Because you're like, my body's at the bottom of a crevasse in Norway.
We'll see who loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe like have a little treasure there. Wait,
you were carrying treasure?
No. But if you had it off like the coast of Alaska, in some treacherous waters, and then you have like a secret national treasure type deal, so that the nephew or grandchild or whoever who appreciated the most, they get a little something for visiting you.
What would it be? Like a gold bar?
Naturally.
A
Well, you don't
Costco
want
gold
grave
bar?
robbers
Gold
coming in,
doubloons.
Yeah.
Well, if that's who visits me, then
though.
They deserve it.
sorry,
You'll
that's
take
just
the
how life works.
visitation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you about a horrible flight for people on the Scandinavian Airlines flight. Did you ever fly them?
I don't.
Scandinavian
Actually, maybe.
Airlines
Yeah.
from Oslo to Malaga. Okay.
Oslo to Malaga.
Oslo to Malaga.
Okay.
Did I say it right?
I would say
Close enough.
Malaga.
Malaga. Okay. So they're flying along and they bring out some food and then a mouse jumps out of the food that they brought
Whoa.
out for the flight.
So that's from Norway to Spain, I believe. That is
Exciting.
exciting. And this is one flight where you're like, I wish there were snakes on this plane. 'Cause
Oh,
then
yeah.
The
Yeah.
circle of life, would-
Right.
yeah.
You
So-
say, I've had it with these mother effing mice on
Yeah.
this mother effing plane.
Yeah. Let's get some
Wish
snakes
there-
on here.
Wish there was a snake on this plane. Maybe
They
that's how
are-
it started.
They are serious about mice on plane. Here's
Yes.
an article.
Well,
that
because then
says-
now it's like, but and then not only that, okay, that was gross, but okay. No, now we have to make an emergency landing.
yeah.
Oh, because they don't want to transfer the mouse.
No,
the
because they think
Norwegian
that
mouse.
what if the mouse
Could be
ate the
chewing on
wiring?
Yeah. What could
Oh,
be chewing on stuff?
Dang, dude, that's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are serious about.
So now they're
should
going to
be.
land in Copenhagen.
Yeah. Wow.
Meanwhile, the mouse gets a free flight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All the way to
Yeah.
Copenhagen, where
Yeah.
it probably wanted to go in the first place.
Probably the mouse just like hides out in the plane, waits till the plane gets over the spot where they want the plane to land. Forget the
Wait.
pilot. The mouse is flying the plane.
This is the hack here too now. So you train a mouse, you
Mm-hmm.
train a mouse, you find the cheapest flight that
Flies
That
over. the place
over
wanna
anywhere
go.
you want to go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mouse just comes out when you're there. And yeah, exactly. Just let it out your pocket like Witches, the movie Witches, where that kid's training
Yes.
his mice at the
Hey,
hotel.
is that a mouse?
Yeah.
What? Like, all right, I guess land in Detroit. Oh,
Detroit.
man.
Yeah.
We were going to Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. See, there we go.
Mhm. Like, I guess I'll just get out here.
Yeah. You don't think Loki Skywalker Jones has thought of this?
Loki would think of these things. Loki is very, and Anakin Skywalker was pretty evil also.
Yeah.
So,
Gross. This is why I don't eat airplane food. Well, that's not why. I don't eat it because it's gross.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that the mouse thing's a bonus next time I complain about it.
yeah. Okay.
So what do they do? Fumigate the whole plane?
Yeah. Guy goes into all the crawl spaces. The smallest guy on the maintenance team.
Yeah,
They just-
they didn't explain what happened next.
Yeah, the Scandinavian Air immediately sells that plane to Spirit.
Mhm.
Just kidding, guys. This is a parody. This is a parody podcast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It did cost one airline $215,000 after a mouse encounter.
Oh
I
my
don't care about
God.
that.
Wait, 250,000 pounds.
Serves
So
them
even
right,
more.
dude, for all the horrible shit we have to deal with as passengers.
Well, yeah, they're like, that's not going to cost us anything. We'll just crank
Yeah.
up the baggage fees.
Pringles are $16 a can now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe they have mouse insurance. They could just like make a claim.
I'm sure they have something. They probably just got a bailout.
Yeah.
Mouse bailout
All right.
package.
And then it's been a minute since we talked about Nessie.
what? Nessie's back?
Nessie's back. Yes.
It's been a
Got
minute.
some new footage in Scotland.
Oh my
Suggests maybe there might
goodness.
not be just one Nessie. There could be two.
Oh,
Two
please.
Nessies?
Yes.
I would think if there's monsters in the lake, there would be more than one. Yeah.
Got to
Let's-
breed.
we have
Yeah,
a
where'd it
video?
come from?
What do we have?
So the world's most famous Nessie hunter said
yeah.
that there could be
untrustworthy.
two creatures
Yes.
taking up residence in the
Yeah.
area of the loch.
The owner of the Loch Museum on the coast of Loch Ness.
And also owns Nessie Hotel with its famous Nessie soup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his reporting.
When's the convention? Is it coming up? Are they trying to drum up the business?
Yeah, they must.
Okay. Here he is. His name is Ian Federhagen.
Okay. He does sound like he's from Scotland.
That? Yeah.
Yeah, of course he's from Scotland.
All right.
He's got the Nessie Hotel.
So check this out. Okay. Do you see a strange hump?
I see two. Two of the wakes.
My
as
humps.
The animals are swimming away from you.
You've got a Nessie hunter, should have the finest camera equipment, drones available. And he's got this. A duck landing in the water.
Now that's clearly a Nessie hump.
Yeah. It was something moving, but it could be like...
He said he immediately noticed a highly disturbed wake coming in the direction of the webcam that looked very unusual. It was very bumpy on the water.
Yeah.
A webcam?
They probably just have webcams set up all the time out there, Danny.
Yeah, and they still can't catch a good video of Nessie.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is Nessie is more technologically savvy than the Scottish people?
It's got a electromagnetic glow that disturbs all chip processors.
Danny's such a hater, such a doubter. That he's ready for you. He says, what type of creature has a reddish brown hump in the middle of a bumpy length of a body that can cause such a disturbance and wake?
Yeah, tell us that.
Oh,
Danny.
well.
It looked weird and strange. No resemblance to a seal or otter. No duck or bird could cause a wake like that with so much water disturbance.
Yeah.
It might be heading back to hybrid giant eel territory, but it didn't move like an eel.
Is in there with a black-red hump swimming just below the surface.
Wait, is a hybrid giant eel also an animal in the lake? Because I never understood that. If that's the case, then these have all been eels.
Maybe. I think that might be a credible theory, hybrid giant eel. But he said, I can't really say it was like any known animal.
Well, animal he knows.
Yeah. Interesting. I never heard the eel. I never heard the hybrid eel theory, but now
it's making some sense.
I mean,
oh my gosh, there it was all along, Tyson.
There it was all the time.
With its reddish black hump.
Yeah. That's interesting. So I guess it's been an eel this whole time. Yeah.
Maybe that's one theory.
We don't know.
We need more footage before.
We need better footage. I'm tired of this crappy footage.
Cardigan O'McMalley Fagan,
the third
can weigh in. Really,
I'm really I'm done with crappy footage. Come on, 4K, 5K, 8K, and you're still giving me grainy shots of UFOs and Nessie. Get out of town.
All right. Yeah. And speaking of unexpected humps, some news from Russia that Vladimir Putin is urging Russian citizens to have sex during work breaks to address Russia's dire birth rate.
Wow. Could you imagine that advice being given? I mean, they're trying to fight that here.
Yeah, it's you have to report that to HR.
Yeah, report that to HR. He says that employees should use their lunch and coffee breaks for intimate encounter. Now, I'm assuming with your spouse, not just people in the workplace.
He doesn't specify. He doesn't care. He just wants babies.
Just have babies, right?
It's less likely to happen with your spouse.
When are you going to drink your coffee, though, if you're having sex during every coffee break? And how would you have the energy?
Well, now look, I don't know if they're trying to get people to come back to the workplace from people that were working from home, but that could be something that was like incentivize people to come into the office.
If the office has like a dungeon room, come back to Amazon. We've got dungeon room. We've got a bunch of themed rooms.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
As Danny, as the world's premier teledildonics expert, what are some things that you think could be implemented in the coffee space? Yes.
First of all, let me say nothing beats human to human physical contact. Okay. We only use
even the most advanced teledildonics.
Even the most advanced technology cannot beat that.
Replicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just understanding that what you're getting is a
premium product.
No.
Oh.
you're just getting a artificial second-hand experience.
Yes.
Literally.
Triple hand, depending on the device you buy.
Yeah. Oh, you have a triple hander?
You could. I mean, what's to stop you? That's kind of what makes it so not intimate. If you have like a 5-armed creature
Yeah.
giving you sensuality at nonstop. I mean, at some point you become desensitized to it
the
all.
starfish. Okay.
The starfish model.
Yeah. So
okay, so this could be a good idea. Not only get people back in the office, but also get people back and pumping out them babies.
Yeah. But why do I have to use my coffee break for that? Okay, can we just have another break for that?
Yeah, like breed hour.
Oh, you're saying that
when do I have coffee then?
Breed break.
Yeah, the breed break.
Bone break.
After coffee. Yeah. Coffee, then bone break, then cigarette break.
Yeah, that makes sense, especially
That's
in
the right
hour.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Danny, are you ready to take us to your bolt hole once again?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a Danny's bolt hole break.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time to breed.
Welcome to my
As good as ever.
Why not?
I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Yes.
I'm only going to bring this up because I have seen it in more than one location.
Okay.
And so when I very first saw this article about this activity, I thought can't be true. But I saw something recently about people who are arranging their refrigerators to be beautiful.
Oh.
So I had a name for it, but anyway, they're putting not just food in the refrigerator, but like things to make it beautiful. Maybe a garland, maybe a candlestick, maybe, and they're like, oh, this is just a joke. But some people might take that seriously. And then when I saw that shortly after, I saw travelers who were arranging, and this can't be real. So this has to be broken. This has to be like 2 or 3 people did this because otherwise it would cause riots at the TSA line. People arranging their things in their bins before they go through the TSA to look.
Instagram people. That's a new thing. I've seen headlines of people.
Right. The headlines have been there. Thank you, Tyson.
Yeah.
How's the TSA letting this go? Like all they do is yell at you the whole time.
Yeah. Set it in perfect and they're OCD about the angles and everything. And then they snap a picture of
and displaying their travel amenities and holding up who knows how many thousands of people.
Yeah.
And the article I read recently was like, do not do this because the TSA will probably tase you.
We hope.
That should be the punishment for such activities.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That
What
is
about for decorating your refrigerator?
Your friends should scorn you.
Yeah.
But at least you're not holding up one of the worst lines you'll ever experience.
Yeah.
Talking about stress of travel, the thought of going through TSA.
That's the worst part.
That's up
there. My wife has really started working on organizing the refrigerator, and I don't like it.
Has she put in outside items?
Not yet. Not yet.
That's
but I feel
level.
like
it's on its
I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Really?
Rachel
I worry.
Rachel hangs like garlands or whatever in the showers.
In the showers. Yeah.
I kind of get that.
On the shower head, there's always like what would you say, a sprig of
sprig
eucalyptus or something?
Just a gargle sprig.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So if you are one of these people, probably less than 50 people doing this, just know that everybody hates you. And let that sink in.
Yeah.
Especially as you're arranging your electronics in the TSA bin.
I mean, do those posts, Tyson, do very well on Instagram? Like, who is this for? Like, if I saw that on my Instagram, I wouldn't even favorite it. I wouldn't even heart it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In some ways, it's super daring. So you're like, this is a risk taker. I can appreciate that. But if it's happening to me in front of me, there's nothing but disgust.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Disgust.
Come on. I hate that moment right there when you're putting all your stuff. You're not even sure what list of things you're required to put in there or take off because it's changes from airport to airport. So frustrating. I don't need you to arrange all your stuff in your bin so that you can take a picture and prove how awesome you are.
Yeah. Because we already know you're not.
Just by doing that simple act, you've already identified yourself as someone who doesn't want to participate in society.
Yeah.
Okay.
With everyone else. Thank you.
All right. Let's talk about what should the image be for this episode of the podcast.
Ooh. What did we talk about?
I know, right? It's so
underwater
weird.
Graveyard.
The bone break.
Bone break.
Russian bone breaks.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, we can't do anything Disney, obviously. So that's
we'll get in trouble for that. Yeah,
probably can't. Maybe costumes. One of the costume ideas. All three of us in a Beetlejuice costume. Maybe Tyson in a Beetlejuice costume.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Tyson Apostol dressed as Beetlejuice. I believe Beetlejuice is like a weird name, or I guess they spell it normal. But
do you wonder if it's going to think beetle squirting juice out of its juice gland?
I do think AI does like have like a
Pop
idea
culture?
of what Tyson is supposed to be, like that he's like a strapping long-haired blonde man.
Yeah, they do know what a Tyson should be.
Yeah, that's so weird. It's like, this is a Tyson, tall, blonde.
I had AI write a story and make a reel of my life, and it was very.
Oh yeah, is that the one you showed to me?
Yes,
that was great.
Okay,
you didn't even have pictures of Tyson.
Let's see.
No, just.
I mean, here's some Tyson Beetlejuice guys.
Okay, pretty cool.
Okay,
the Joker.
Oh, this is the Joker. But with Beetlejuice costume.
Does AI know the difference between this? I mean, this is a pink suit. This is definitely the Joker.
Yeah. AI doesn't know the difference.
AI doesn't know the difference between
oh my gosh.
Painted white faces.
That's the worst one yet.
Wow.
Beetlejuice and Joker.
Yeah. Here's some underwater graveyard.
What could we have at the underwater graveyard?
A dude with a shrunken brain.
Or a family of a traveling family visiting the underwater graveyard.
Okay. Let's
a family, vacationing
family visits underwater graveyard.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. And it's Halloween themed. Excellent. Tyson.
Yeah. Let's try that one.
Just in time for Halloween.
Danny, what's coming up for you?
Oh, working on video number 2 for me and Tyson. Trying to get that out.
How many will you do?
Prepared. I'm thinking 3. I'm really going to milk this.
Wow.
Just because I don't know when my next trip will be.
I should have done more content for you of me talking at the camera. I did almost none.
Yeah, I know. I don't force people to. I
know, but you could have told me that. Then I would have just documented my trip better in verbal format.
Well, you had your own stuff, like Tyson's. He's a content creator. We did one check-in on this next video, which is super YouTube-y. And it's probably the funniest part.
Okay.
Our fake check-ins.
Oh yeah,
we smashed it so hard.
Here's the best of the. So it's not really a family. It's just one man visiting the underwater graveyard. He's sad.
That's pretty good though.
That dude is sad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Is that the only picture?
There's other ones, but that's the only one with a family. Unless they have these.
Oh, that's a
scuba
family
people.
of scubas.
Yeah, but they're so far away.
Yeah, I like the man standing.
There's one there's one scuba person.
I just like the man standing underwater. That's obviously better.
Yeah.
That's the best, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I like it. It caught the eye.
It's bleak. Okay.
Yeah,
it is kind of bleak. I wish he was happier.
Well,
he's underwater in Florida. He should be happy.
But you know what he's there for. It brings back sad memories.
He's there looking for my treasure.
Yeah,
that's
right. I paid $9
dude.
million for this.
Yeah, you're regretting. My dad just away my inheritance for this stupid thing.
Yeah,
underwater.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. So cool.
Tyson, what about you?
Survivor podcast, and then this weekend we're just probably taking it easy. We have fall break coming up.
Oh, I love that for you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We have fall break coming up, and the girls just want to go camping.
Oh my God.
Like they are so into camping. We went camping one time and they can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun, but also
you go in a tent, or is it like a little bit like a cabins?
Tent.
Wow.
Yeah, like real camping. They love it. Yeah, they freaking love it. So we got to find some camp sites that are, not too far away.
Or murdery.
Yeah.
And go from there.
We had a bad incident here yesterday that my children were fighting as usual, and they were outside. And then I think that there was some issue with one of them took a soccer ball from the other one, and then there was a push down, and it was an unfortunate push because my younger son claims he got pushed into knee first into a fire ant pit.
Ouch.
And he was not happy.
In your yard?
Yes.
Why don't you spray for those?
Well, I thought
gotta keep one around for discipline reasons.
We're paying this exterminator for. I thought that this stuff. Look, I got all to do to keep this podcast network afloat.
Yes.
I kind of thought that Nicole had this under wraps, but no, we have these giant like ant hills that popped up all over the place.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. This is the third year we're here. All of a sudden, this is like a new thing.
All of a sudden, they probably treat the ground when they build with stuff that lasts a little while, and then after that, we just soak it in bleach. No, I don't know what they do, but that's what they do here. They treat it all for termite stuff, which is what they say is good for 5 years, and then you need to start treating it.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So,
the war zone out there.
Oh my gosh, dude. That nature is horrifying, and that's why we should contain it with all manners.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And then, of course, we got everything else going on. Of course, the Survivor season, Big Brother's still going on, and so much more over at RHAP. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.